this video is going to be a little bit loud, but I'm going to do this in one shot. This is just a little bit of context for what's going on in this video. I've got a turbo pump here that is running at full speed, 99.2% of full speed. It's about 60,000 RPM. It's also running at about 14.6 watts. This is reading in X10 power numbers through a little power shunt. I've got my roughing pump set up over here. It is currently going through a helium leak detector. And I've got the main ball valve that goes to the turbo pump here. I've been using this to test a BPG 400 gauge that has been failing. It is currently reading at, this is equivalent to about 20 millitorr, which means that the turbo is probably just pegging the internal chamber pressure here to somewhere around, whatever, tenths of microtorrs or whatever. But this gauge just isn't able to read it. One thing I've been seeing though is I want to get some real-time feedback on how long it takes the chamber pressure to come up, because I've been trying to find if there's a leak in this system or not. So the rest of this video is going to be pretty boring. You might as well just turn away now if you don't know what's going on. But what we're going to do is we're going to turn off this ball valve here. I'm going to turn off the leak detector in the pump, and this turbo is going to spin down. I released a teaser video probably a month ago or two of the turbo in the leak detector spinning down, because it goes to this resonance point that just sounds absolutely awful. But I've been told that's normal. When this thing hits about 10% of full speed, it will also probably go through a very similar resonance. So here we go. Now you can see this is my custom controller. Currently it is controlling the turbo, but as soon as this hits above 100 millitorr, it will turn the turbo off and slowly start spinning down, but it takes a while. Here we go. So we're at 98%, 97%. But that is the turbo spinning down. And eventually this one will as well. But it's going to get over-louded by this guy. That's the leak detector you're hearing there. One thing to note is the Pirani gauge is still, the BPG is still measuring 20 millitorrs, so the vacuum inside this chamber is still pretty good, because the turbo is still at 65% speed. It's pushing any gases and air in the foreline over this way. There's a pretty big reservoir, so it probably still has a pretty good vacuum going to it, even at 64% RPM. And now we're past the critical point where I can start venting the system as I need to. There we go. It's kind of weird. The pressure actually went down a little bit. Anyway, probably because it could start moving some of the atmosphere that was trapped in the foreline here up into the chamber. But there it is. Here, the 0 point of the pressure gauge is not great, but there we go. So now reading normal atmosphere over here would be 680 or so, but the calibration's off on this thing. But I mean, for four-line safety control, it's not a big deal. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Bye.